Hello, students. This is Manish Yadav, your English teacher, and today I have brought a new chapter for you. That is the last chapter of your syllabus, class 9th. If I were you, okay? If I were you, this is last chapter from your book Behave, and in this video we would know about a drama. It is also a drama which can be enacted on the stage by the participants. Before you read, let you know about the chapter. Before you read, Gerard lives alone in a lonely cottage. An intruder who is a criminal enters his cottage. He intends to murder Gerard and take on his identity. Does he succeed? In this chapter, you will know and read out about a drama, and this story can be enacted on the stage in front of audience. What happens in this story? Gerard, the main character is Gerard, and he lives alone in a lonely cottage. An intruder means the person who enters forcibly without being noticed is known as intruder. Who is a criminal enters his cottage. He tries to murder Gerard and take on his identity. The intruder wants to murder Gerard, and he wanted to take on the identity of Gerard. And does he succeed? This is the question. Let you know the rest of the story. Scene, as you could see on the screen. Scene: a small cottage. Interior, this is the inner side or illustration of a small cottage. There is an entrance, back right, which may be curtained. There is an entrance at the back side of the small cottage. It may be curtained. There would be a hanging curtain on it. Another door to the left must be a practical door, and another door is also there in the left side, and it must be a practical door where Gerard used to practice with his things. The furniture is simple, consisting of a small table towards the left, a chair or two. There would be a chair or two chairs around the table, and it is consisting a small table towards left side of the cottage, and a divan. Divan is a single bed, rather upstairs on the right. On the table is a telephone, and there is a telephone on the table. And this paragraph describes about the scenario of the cottage. How many things are there inside the cottage? You'd know. Let me scroll up to make it visible. When the curtain rises, Gerard is standing by the table making a phone. As I told you, this story can be performed on the stage. So when the curtain rises, Gerard is standing by the table. Gerard was standing by the table. He was making a phone call. He is of medium height. He is not a tall, neither he is a tall nor a small person. He is medium height, and he is wearing horn-rimmed glasses. This is type of glass in this shape. Okay, this is a type of glass, a spectacle that people wear. He is dressed in a long suit and a great coat. His voice is cultured. You know, cultured means educated. Educated means he was well qualified. It could be realized that he was well educated and qualified person because he was professionally speaking, and he was speaking in a good manner. He was making a phone call, okay, and his voice was cultured and educated. Now, what happens next? Gerard, well, tell him to phone up directly. This is the conversation of Gerard which he was making on the phone. He says that tell him to phone up directly. He is speaking to someone else. That tell him to phone up directly. He is telling someone so that he would tell someone else to make him a call directly. And I must know, yes, I expect I'll still be here, but you mustn't count on that. There is no certainty of mine that I would be here, but I expect I'll still be here in about 10 minutes time. Right? Oh, goodbye. He bids goodbye. Now what happens next? He puts down the phone and goes to the divan on the left, where there is a traveling bag, and starts packing. Whilst he is thus engaged, another man, similar in build to Gerard, enters from the right silently. Now, this is the description of the place where the scene revolves around. He puts down the phone and goes to the divan. You know, the single bed is there, and he approaches towards that. Another man similar. Whilst he is thus engaged, another man similar in build to Gerard enters from the right silently. And he was engaged by another person, and similar in build to Gerard enters from the right silently. And that person entered into the room silently from the right side of the cottage, revolver in hand. And he was having a revolver in his hand. He is flashily dressed in an overcoat and a soft hat. And he was flashily dressed. He was wearing an overcoat and a soft hat. He bumps accidentally against the table. And when he was trying to come inside the cottage, he was bumped accidentally with the table, and just voice took place over there. And at the sound, Gerard turns quickly. And when sound took place, Gerard turns quickly. Who is there? Now what happens next? Let me scroll up the page. Gerard, pleasantly, why, this is a surprise, Mr. Pleasantly. Happily, just with a good expression on his face, he says that, why, this is a surprise, Mr. Means, without being noticed, you are entering, you are breaking into my cottage. Intruder, I am glad you are pleased to see me. This is my pleasure that you are pleased to see me. You are very happy after seeing me. I don't think you will be pleased for a long, but I don't think so. You would be happy for a long time. Put those paws up, just hands up. He was an intruder. He was breaking into Gerard's cottage, and he was having a revolver in his hand. So he said to Gerard for putting his hands up. Gerard, this is very just melodramatic, not very original, perhaps, but Gerard says that this is very melodramatic. It is more than it, overacting, exaggeration, hyperbole, not very original. Intruder, trying to be calm and Mr. Keep quiet. Don't talk. Gerard, nonchalant is your word, I think. He was about to say something, but he could not. Intruder, thanks a lot. You will soon stop being smart. I'll make you crawl. I want to know a few things. See, intruder warns Gerard that you will not be more and more smart anymore, because I'll make you crawl. I'll kill you. I want to know a few things. See and reply me properly. Just keep quiet, hands up, and reply for what I ask to you. Next, what does he ask to Gerard? As you could see in the screen, this is Gerard, and this is intruder. Intruder, the person who breaks into home, houses, and cottages is known as intruder, and this is Gerard. You could see also the scenario as it has been described at the very beginning. Table, divan bed. This is table. This is just table where a phone call, telephone has been kept, and this is the scenario of the cottage. So let me erase the underlines first so that it would be very clear on the screen. Next, what happens? You'll stop being smart, I'll make you crawl. Gerard, anything you like. I know all the answers. But before we begin, I should like to change my position. He was just raising his both hands, as it seems to be surrendered. You may be comfortable, but I am not. Gerard says that anything, you may put up any question to me, and I know all the answers. But before we start, I should like to change my position. Just I want to change my position because I am not comfortable in this position. And you may be comfortable because you are not raising your hands. So I want to change my position. Please, intruder, sit down there, and no funny business. Motion to a chair and sits himself on the divan by the back. Intruder commands Gerard to sit down there. And no funny business. Don't, make fun of anything else. He sits on the chair. He sits himself on the divan by the back. Now then, we'll have a nice little talk about yourself. Now I'll talk about yourself. Next, Gerard. At last, a sympathetic audience. Wow, you are so fantastic and sympathetic, Aryan. You are very kind-hearted people as you listened me. I'll tell you the story of my life. How, as a child, was stolen by the Gaspsis and Japsis. Why at the age of 32, I find myself in my lonely access cottage. How? Now he wants to tell a story about his kidnapping. When he was a child, he was stolen by his aspis. Okay? And what happened at that moment? He wants to share that story in the quotes in front of the intruder. That's it for this video. Next would be covered in the next episode. That's it. Keep learning.